is episode 230 of the Solo on Sci-Fi podcast. I'm Michael Ball. I'm joined as usual by my faithful companions. Not in that way. Martin, Malcolm, how are you doing, guys?
All good, all good.
Good. So we've just been talking about, we're going to be focused on Airwolf from the 1980s, which is a show which I've always watched one or two episodes, but never really got into it. I mean, it's got a very Knight Rider feel to it, I think, but it's on a helicopter rather than a car. And I'm sure you guys will say, no, it's not. It's very different. And it probably is, but that's just first impressions. So I've watched about 5 or 6 episodes. I watched one of the wrong episodes that Malcolm recommended, so I'm sorry, mate. But I enjoyed the one that I watched, even if it's the wrong one. So I'll be looking forward to talking about that. But before we go into our topic of the week, we obviously wanted to talk about a few other things, namely us trying to slog on through Starfleet Academy. And Martin was really funny. I wish I'd recorded it before. He was saying, "I'm gonna try and watch it. I am," and it's to him, it's like a prison sentence. Go on, Martin. What? How are you feeling about it all? What you've heard about it?
I just don't see the point in it.
You don't see the point of it? Yeah.
Look, I'm going to give it a go. I've only seen 2 episodes. I've ignored all the propaganda. But for me, I feel that if we got a series set in the 25th century, which I want,
which everybody wants,
it's all going to be pointless because we know what happens.
Well, you have heard that Secret Hideout, all the Alex Kurtzman trek, they're saying that, well, obviously it's just not definitely going to happen, but they're going to try and make it as if it's decanon it and make it sort of like its own separate universe. You know, it's kind of like,
they do that, then
I don't think they will do it. I don't think they will, but a lot of people like that.
I mean, they've leveled Romulan Empire. That's, you know,
we talked about this last week. Actually, I think we had the last week.
Yeah, I know. And then they went and did the Klingons, didn't they?
Yes, I know.
60 years of history, and they've just done it.
And the most important one is
pointless now. But there's no point in Borg anymore. And I'm dreading what they've done to Dominion. I don't even.
Well, I just wonder whether we are going to have a big hiatus. You know, obviously, like I said, we did have a very similar conversation 2 weeks ago, so there's not much more to say in respect
of anything new.
I'm not knocking
it, and I will watch it. And you know, I love Strange New Worlds. I think that's the best Trek out there. But when they did pick out season 3, that's what I wanted, and I wanted them to continue with that.
Yeah,
you know. But maybe it's a selfish thing. I'm from that generation of the golden age, and I just want stories. When I watched Deep Space Nine, I watched In the Pale Moonlight again.
Yeah, well,
and I'm just so mind blown by it all, and
there's
I just don't think you get stories like that anymore.
There's 2 YouTube Star Trek reviewers I'm a really big fan of. I've been watching them for about a year, and they're called The Target Audience. And they're watching. Have you heard of them? And they're watching all of Star Trek for the first time. And they're now coming up to Deep Space Nine, Season 3, and Voyager Season 1. And I really like it. But it's so funny because I'm going to think to myself, when they finally get to that pilot episode of Discovery, and you see the Orc Klingons going, from the beginning of it, they're going to go, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Do you remember your reaction when you first watched the episode 1 of Discovery? You two, I don't know what you thought, Mark. I was like, what the? You know what I mean?
I remember the Klingon. They were just they were like Klingons or something.
Yeah, yeah. Go on, Malcolm. What were you going to say?
I watched it. We were all so excited for it, and I watched it in my lunch break at work. The first episode on my tablet.
Okay.
And I just couldn't believe how shit it was. The afternoon just did not work on that particular day because it was just horseshit. There was nothing. There was no good characters in it. There was no good storyline in it. It was all just lens flares and special effects. It was horseshit from the opening fucking scene.
Yeah, it really was. And I actually had that same vibe when I watched the first episode of Stargate Universe. And I actually don't mind Stargate Universe in hindsight, but that first episode with some of the stuff that happened, I thought, what the you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I don't know.
It took me a while. It was by season 2 I gelled with Stargate Universe.
Yeah. I got there in the end as well.
It should have happened within the first 5 episodes of the first set. It never did.
But I suppose
I didn't like how it was all. They were copying BSG and like.
Yeah. It had a very Battlestar Galactica.
I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. It didn't suit it for that time.
They were trying to do something like the wrong franchise or something. Like they were trying to link it up with I know, but it's go on.
I kind of remember it that like Battlestar Galactica, it had almost no kind of background music. It was all kind of just studio sound. Whereas
it didn't have a big theme tune either, did it? It literally just had about a 10-second
incidental music. That's the word I'm looking for. There was no kind of incidental music with it. It was all, it was all kind of, which gave it that kind of atmosphere of being stranded, really. Bleak. That's that kind of bleak atmosphere because there was no incident. I think I might have watched it again and be like, oh yeah, no, there was, but I just seem to recall there wasn't any.
Have you only watched it once, or have you watched it more than that?
I've watched it twice now. Okay. I'm not as big a fan as I am with Stargate SG-1.
No, me neither. No, it's nothing like SG-1. No, I mean I've watched SG-1 probably about 5 times in total over the years. It's just you just can't stop watching.
I've watched even more.
I've watched it less. I always preferred SG-1 to Atlantis. I like Atlantis.
I just love Atlantis.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah,
it's like I said to you the other day. I very rarely get past in Atlantis. I very rarely get past the moment when they take off on the planet and the control room blows up. End of season, and
Weir gets badly
so the last. I'm just trying to struggle through the last season now, just because I just want to watch the finale again, because I remember nothing about the finale other than roads are built.
Was it the finale?
And they're on their way to Earth, aren't they?
I like
the finale of Universe wasn't spectacular.
No, I think we're talking about Atlantis, aren't we? Or are you talking about Universe?
Universe.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I thought we were talking about. I thought we were talking about Atlantis because I was going to say Atlantis. I like the episode of Vegas, which I think is the penultimate episode with the Wraith in Vegas. I thought that was good.
Brilliant.
But back to Universe. Well, obviously, Universe ended up on a cliffhanger, which wasn't resolved, which is annoying. And I think that damaged it as well. It's one of those things that for sure. Go on.
They kind of released the comic that does resolve it, and it's just rubbish. So basically, if I remember rightly, because I only read it like last year, but if I remember rightly, they're all obviously in stasis, and he's not. What's his curly hair? Can't remember his name now, but he's not. He's searching the ship, and he discovers, of all things, some pods with actual Atlanteans in them, or actual Atlanteans, or whatever you want to call them, ancients in the pods.
Ancients. Right. Okay.
He wakes them up. They're approaching some like the killer thing. They help him get past all that, and they wake some more of the crew up, and it was just nothing. It was a rubbish conclusion to it. If that's the best they could come up with, it's a good job they didn't film another fucking series, to be fair.
I also found the core of the series. The trouble is with Universe, I'm a big fan of Robert Carlyle.
I do too. I like Robert Carlyle as well.
I watched him in that 51st State last night when I got in. I've not seen that, and he was so funny in it. And when he played the scientist guy in this, I did like the character.
Yeah.
But when he was going on about the ship were on this mission to go somewhere in the universe to find the meaning of it all, the subconscious and all this thing that's sending the signal out, then I'm sat there thinking, well, if the ancients built destiny, they ascended to become godlike and beings of energy and all that, wouldn't they know all this? So
because they're ascended, yeah.
What is the point? I just found they're on a mission, but surely then it's about ascension, isn't it? Because he said the ship's on this mission to go somewhere at the center of the universe.
But what was it? Was it the answer to life, the universe, and everything? I can't remember what it was. What was it trying to find?
But if they set destiny out on that other ship on this mission to go find what I remember. I've
I
not
can't
seen
even remember
it.
now. I should know that as well. And I can't
But it
remember.
was some signal, and it was very important about creation and all this. Something at the centre.
Was it a creation of the universe or something?
Something. It were big. But then I'm sat there thinking, but if you've ascended to like a godlike level and you like know everything and all seeing, and well, then what's the point?
Yeah, but they didn't ascend.
I'm just saying.
At the
Yeah.
point they did that shift and sent it off, they hadn't ascended then, and they
No,
probably
they haven't. No, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But it does make it a bit pointless, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's a strange one, really. It's yeah. I mean, like I said,
I never liked how they just popped back through Earth with stones. That annoyed me.
I got. Yeah, I think the weakest thing for this show was the stones, and it got really tiresome because it was like there were about 2 or 3 episodes where they swapped bodies, and it was just like a soap opera thing, where they're back at home, they're meeting their loved ones.
The other
like,
guy's banging his wife and all that kind of stuff.
And I thought, come on, I don't want to see that in Stargate. You know what I mean? I want science fiction, not a soap opera. So obviously maybe Universe might have some answers when this new Stargate series. Obviously, it won't even be mentioned probably, but as it is set in the same universe, you wonder whether there'll be any links to previous series. I mean, I've not heard anything. I know they're writing it now, and they're in pre-production. I think they wanted to get it filmed by later on the year. I think that's what they said. But you never know these. It's gone very quiet, but then I suppose there's not much to report at the moment. Malcolm, we've seen up to episode 9 of Starfleet Academy. Is there anything you want to say about it? I don't want to be too spoilery for Martin. Or
at this point, there's still only 3 episodes that are watchable.
Yeah,
we need the rest of it.
Yeah, I agree. I think about 3 episodes which have been all right, and the rest have been mostly.
How many is there left?
1.
Is that this week?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So hopefully next episode.
I'll watch it.
Next episode, we're going to try and do that if you two are in agreement, and we'll try and get Todd Slayton back from because I know he wasn't. I know he. Well, last I heard, he couldn't stand it either. So
there's 2 bits of news.
Go for it. Go. What you got?
X-Files reboot. They've got one. I think they've got one of the casts of. I forgot her name, but there's an X-Files reboot on the way.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
I never saw the newer stuff. I never saw that. They came back after many years and they did a couple of.
I only saw one of the mini series.
And that bombed, which is why this reboot probably will as well.
Oh, okay. I've never ever watched the whole of the X-Files. I've only ever got to about season 3 and then it just tailed off.
Yeah, I got tired about halfway through it when it was. You could see it was multiple writers. They were writing. They were contradicting each other. It was never going to be resolved. It was just going to keep going on and on and on with this and that. And they, as I said, they contradicted bits that had come before, and then they added. And I just lost interest in it, to be fair.
Yeah, I gave up on it. I gave up on it.
The X-Files really shined when it was separate episodes.
Mm-hmm.
They were investigating the weird thing, but the alien invasion conspiracy, that was just. I think it started off okay. And then it just went up its own ass, and people were like by season 10, it were like 9, it were like you just lost your complete idea of what you're doing with this now.
Yeah, it was kind of. They couldn't seem to decide whether the aliens were here and the cigar smoking man and the conspiracy were having to do what the aliens said, or the world would be destroyed, which was kind of what they were doing in the early days. We're trying to save the planet by seceding. Then it became like kind of no, we're selling the planet to them and we'll get rich off it. And then it kind of went into the aliens are doing what we want them to, and we're in control. And they just never seemed to know what they were doing. No. It was just arse.
And then there was the rebel aliens that had their eyes sewn up.
Yeah.
Right in the other area, and then the bounty hunters, and then later on it became super soldiers, and it was like, what is going on? And then in the miniseries, I think it was 10 or 11, they undid it all. In one, they undid everything when the show.
I went to see. They did a movie. They did a movie in the mid-90s. I remember that. I remember going, but I didn't really click with it at all. I didn't. I think it was like
they did two.
I made two. Yeah. I think one was due season 5 or something, and I
as well.
I can't even remember it. So no, it's a weird one. So any other news, guys?
Firefly.
Yeah, Firefly's allegedly
I've still
coming
never
back,
seen
but
it.
only Mal Reynolds and River, Summer Glau and Nathan Fillion are the only two. Other than that, it's a new cast. Other than that, yeah, you have to remember. You have to remember with shows of that ilk that a lot of the people involved in them will not work with somebody that made the show, for instance, and the writer is one of those people.
So there's some internal politics then. There's some issues.
Yeah, he's unfortunately, let's not name names. Anyone can Google it, but somebody in control of that series was not a nice man.
Is he doing the series though, or is it somebody else?
Do what?
Is he doing the series?
I don't know. I can't find anything. All it is it's just scraps of comments and that. I know it kicked off. Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk do a podcast called "We Were in Space" or "We Were Aliens" or something, which I've not watched yet. I do plan on watching it because those two are brilliant. They really are, fantastic guys. So I will listen to their podcast. But apparently they kicked it off mentioning it on that, and then there's been other stuff, photographs that have gone around.
There was video footage where Nathan Fillion turns up at people's doors.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Saying we're back, and Gina Torres opened door.
Well, I've never seen the series still. I've always been meaning to. I know
it's one series. It's like Babylon 5. It's one series where I took so long to watch it. And then when I did, I was like, my God, I wish I'd watched this 20 years ago when it came out.
I'll tell you what, how about it maybe...
The film is fantastic. The film is...
Yeah, I mean, I will do that one. Obviously you got me to watch Airwolf, and I know there's other things you want to review as well, but we really have got to do Firefly. So that's one I'll put on my list, and I'll watch. It's only like 11 episodes or something.
Episodes in a film, and you will literally the first episode starts off a little bit different than how the series is going to progress. So you might be like the first 10-15 minutes, like what the fuck, but once it kicks in, you will binge the whole 13 and one film. You won't even.
Yeah, all right. Okay, I'll do that. I'm up for that. Yeah.
And then they put 5-year story arc into the entire film, which the film was brilliant.
Yeah, I really like the film.
Yeah, let's do it.
Obviously, another bit of news. Obviously, we were talking last week about a new Red Dwarf book, and that it may be made into a TV series. And then just 2 short days later, Rob Grant suddenly passed away.
Yeah, I know.
So
yeah, because I think when you talked about it, and he literally died the day after we did that recording or something. So that was horrible. So that was a horrible thing to learn. And of course, he's left a great legacy behind him, and but it's horrible when very clever, creative writers like that pass away through whatever circumstances. Anyone seen Legacy? What's that Godzilla Monsters? What's it called? Legacy of what's it called that show?
Monarch Legacy.
Legacy. Yeah, anybody seen it yet? Because I'm going to, but I
rewatched season 1.
Okay.
And I still quite enjoyed it. I understood it a little bit more this time around.
I think we did text, and I enjoyed season 1.
Season 2 are out, and
yeah,
it was quite good. So and then I've gone back, and so yesterday and today I've rewatched Godzilla, Kong Skull Island, and Godzilla King of Monsters, and I think the series is better, personally.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
There was either Japanese, another version of Godzilla that came out a couple of years ago.
Yeah, -1.
I like that. Did you like that? Have you checked it?
Yeah, I've not seen it.
I thought it was actually very good. I did watch the American production one, but I thought that one was pretty good.
I saw the new Running Man.
Oh yeah, what was that like?
It was. I'm not going to knock it. I do prefer the Arnie one, but I quite enjoyed it. It's all right for a Sunday night watch.
Okay.
Have you read the book though?
The short story by Stephen King years ago. Yeah, it's more. Yeah. It's not bad actually. I watched it and I thought, this is actually it's for a Sunday night film. I thought this, yeah, it's all right. It's funny, and you do support the character, but it lacks like with the Arnie one, you get a lot about the corporation and stuff. It's all about him in this on the run, and the baddies and the hunters. Well, they're not like in the Arnie film, you know. But well, all right, enjoyed it. I'm not going to knock it.
One movie I'm going to try, which I've never seen, is Demolition Man. Ever seen that?
Oh,
You've never seen Demolition?
Never seen it.
great film.
Okay. Look at Martin. Martin's rolling his eyes in disgust.
Oh,
I'm
come on,
sorry.
everybody's seen Demolition.
I've never seen it. I don't know. No.
Great film. It's
All right.
Wesley Snipes at his absolute best, you know.
It's fantastic. You're gonna
Both your expressions are like, you're both looking at me like, what? You obviously it's a good movie. All right, I'll watch
I can't
that.
believe you haven't seen it. I must have seen that film 30 times.
Yeah,
It's a great film.
love it. I bought the 4K of it. I love it.
So is that good? All right, okay. I'll put that on
You've got
the
Nigel Hawthorne is in it. Sandra
Nigel
Bullock.
Hawthorne. Okay.
And then, and then there's that comedian. What the hell's his name? Dennis something, is it?
Oh,
Like,
Dennis Leary.
Yeah, always smoking cigarettes when he's on stage. Yeah,
I like Associate Bob. You remember Associate Bob? Him in robes. Like,
Okay, so that's one to do.
It's in the future, that, you know.
That's why. That's what somebody said. Apparently, it was about like AI or sort of stuff in the future, and they were saying that
it's not really about AI. It's just like no spoilers, but Snipes is a criminal, and Stallone is obsessed with catching him. And then when he finally gets him, a load of people get blown up and killed. So Snipes' character, they put you into suspended animation.
Okay.
And unfortunately, Stallone's cop gets done for all these people being killed as well. So he gets put in suspended animation as well. But while you're in there, it's supposed to be reprogramming you to not be a criminal anymore. But the guy has loaded Wesley Snipes up with all these massive fucking killer ninja fucking super skills, whereas Sylvester Stallone's being taught how to knit and stuff like that. So when he comes up, he doesn't really know what he did.
There's like no crime in the future. It's like it's like up your ass world. It really is.
Up your arse. Yeah.
Okay. Like Stallone when he goes in, he goes, "Oh fuck this," and this thing goes, 10 credit fine. It's just such a good film. I can't believe you've never seen it.
No,
it's just so
no.
The band or rock music can make people listen to advertising music.
I thought you were going to say ABBA then. I thought Dancing Queen or something.
It's worth it. Honestly.
All right, yeah, all right. I'll try and watch that soon as well. So, all right. Anything else before we go into our focus of the week?
I can't think of anything. No, I've not been watching much sci-fi. I've finally got my way all the way through Peaky Blinders, of all things.
I've never seen that. Is it any good?
Yeah, I like it. It's like so many series. The final series drops off massively, in my humble opinion. But yeah, I quite enjoyed it. And there's a new movie coming out.
Yes.
I'm rewatching Black Mirror, and there's so many episodes I've forgotten about, and that's such a solid series. I loved a lot of the stories.
Yeah, so I don't think I got much past season 2, and I've watched of the later ones. I've watched the 2 Star Trek-y ones.
Yeah, Callisto ones. Yeah,
I was a bit disappointed with the second episode.
Oh, the sequel wasn't as good as the first one. No, I agree. The first one, I don't know if it really needed a sequel, really.
No.
You know, I mean, it's the only ever one they ever made a sequel to in their stories, and most of them work because of standalone. But I don't know. You know, are they making any more? I don't know. I mean, they made ones this year or last year, and they had one with Chris O'Dowd from the IT Crowd. He was in an episode. It was good.
Did you ever try the Black Mirror movie where you can choose options on your remote control?
No.
Sort of thing. And I started to watch it, and then the first option that comes up that you can do, I picked the option that kind of ended it, and it goes try again, goes back to the beginning. So it's like, okay, you only gave me 2 options. One of them restarted the whole program, like game over, and the other one. So and I thought, is it going to be like that all the way through? Or I'm just going to have to keep picking the right one. Fuck it, and turned it off.
That reminds me of there was a game called Star Trek Borg many years ago. That was the thing where you had the options, and I thought that was great. I love that.
You know,
Really
I got frustrated. I got stuck on a bit. You're in like a black void, and there's like this pipe work kind of 3-dimensional maze, and I literally couldn't find my fucking way out of that, and stopped playing it after a while. But yeah, that was a great game. That was good.
Another game I remember playing on the Sega Genesis, I think it was, or Mega CD, was Sewer Shark. And that was another one of those, and that was another one of these games where again you have the options. You go to left, you do this. I quite like those sort of games. They're quite fun. And the best
On my Sega Mega Drive.
Go on.
Sorry, on my Sega Mega Drive, I had this game. It was one of the first ones that had like movie scenes on a CD, because you had the CD bit you could buy extra and plug in.
That's
so
Mega CD. Yeah.
So you're at kind of a house. There's like a house party, and there's cameras in each room, and you can go to each room, and it's being attacked. It gets attacked by these people, and you can't do anything because you're in a room talking to two people while people are being attacked in another room. And at the time, you buy all these like computer magazines, and I bought one, and it showed you a timeline of how to go flick, which room to flick to at what time, and all that. And it's just like you couldn't, because the flicking from room to room was less than the time it took you to get the information. So you would have had to have just literally gone flick, 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 flick. I don't know how anyone ever completed it, and I can't remember what the hell it was called, but it was pretty groundbreaking at the time, but just badly carried on.
But the one that I talked about was a similar one where it had the first proper videos in the game, and it was more like options and things like that, and it was very fuzzy, very low res, but it wasn't like and it was the Mega CD, not the Mega Drive. It was the extended bit that you put onto the Mega Drive. And I mean, I really lost interest in gaming when later on. And I've not really played hardly any games at all in recent years. Although, if I go to an arcade and I find a Daytona, I have a good game of that, because I used to love Daytona. That was a great game. So there we go. Now, on that, go on, Martin.
There is one more. There is a big room. Sorry, there's a big rumor floating around about Doctor Who.
Oh God! Oh, do we have to mention that terrible? Oh God! Go on. What is it? I don't know. I'm only joking. Go on.
Christmas Day storyline with David.
Was it with who? With David Tennant?
Yes.
Apparently. Yeah, I heard it.
I heard that a few people have mentioned it. I've read up. It's the Valyard is the villain, and the Valyard apparently is the David Tennant Doctor that got trapped in the other universe.
Oh, a load of shit then. Basically.
It's quite an interesting concept.
Valyard was supposed to be sort of in between the 11th and 12th Doctors.
Well, no, it was between the 11th and final regeneration. Now, because they've blown all that out of the water, and the guy can regenerate as many times as they fucking want.
Oh yeah.
The Valyard would be from anyway.
Sorry, I thought you meant. I thought it was like the final proper regeneration as
back
he could
when
have
it's only 13th regenerations, you could assume between the 12th and 13th would have been between him and Russ. But now, because there's so many, but it very specifically says between the 12th and final regeneration. So he could come from anywhere.
But apparently, him who got stuck on with Rose on other dimension, he goes mad because he can't travel in time and space and starts this whole.
Hang on. We've got another. Hang on, we got the fourth.
I'm only going by what they're saying.
So hang on, David Tennant obviously was the 10th Doctor. He was also the 14th, who was still sitting in Donna Noble's garden. And you got the other one, which was came from the Doctor's hand.
Yeah.
And he's
the Valyard apparently, and he wants.
I heard it was called. I heard the episode Christmas was going to be called the Christmas Dalek. That's what I heard.
Yeah. Well, if you imagine, virtually every Christmas special they've come out of in the last sort of 10 fucking years have all been Daleks, all of them. It's really annoying.
Yeah. Anyway, it's funny how all the big three, like Doctor Who, Star Wars, Star Trek, whenever you hear anything new, it's like, oh God. I mean, do you remember the days we used to be excited about news? That that'd be really good.
I know.
And it's like, and there's a new picture of Jabba the Hutt's son. I can't remember his name, Zoki the Hutt or something. And apparently he's very buff, he's very muscly, and it's like he's going to fight the Mandalorian. And like,
it's in one of the episodes of Clone Wars or something, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember. I know that it was, but obviously he's fully grown now.
Yeah, he's name like Buddy or something.
Yeah.
I'll say Mandalorian.
I'm not going to wait. I'm going to wait till it comes out digital. I've really just become. Are you going?
No.
I won't bother going to see in the cinema, no.
No, I don't know why, but it just feels like a TV episode anyway. Which
Yeah,
is
it doesn't seem worth 13 fucking quid or whatever it is.
no, I'm not that bothered about it. And the thing is, though, these things come out a month
Uh,
after on digital
The
anyway.
surprise bigot is that film that's come out about where the sun's gonna blow up and the
Project Hail Mary.
project. That's it. And apparently that's become a big surprise, massive.
Is that out already, or is it still in the cinema?
I think it's out now. Yes, I've not seen it. I've heard the reviews. They're actually over spectacular for it.
Okay, that sounds
I've not. Yeah.
The other one you mentioned a while about Mercy, where the guy's got like 45 minutes to prove he's innocent.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently
yeah.
that bombed massively.
Yeah.
I'm still intrigued to see it, but apparently it's not very good.
Yeah, I would. When I saw a trailer of that in cinema, I thought this is.
My son saw it and said it was really good. He liked it.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it. I mean, a lot of people said Passengers was shit with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, and I love that film. I think it's fucking brilliant.
I like that. We should cover that. I like
Passengers.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've seen that. Passengers. If you two could remind me, I don't know if I've got a copy of that. 'Cause I do sometimes get films and then I watch them. Oh, I forget to watch them.
Great science fiction films. What I like about it, it's just not complicated. You enjoy it, and that's it.
A bit of trivia, you know, Twilight Zone the movie.
Yes.
The third one with John Lithgow with the gremlin on the wing. The actor who was actually as the gremlin, he wasn't just like a bit player. He was actually an actor who appeared in Deep Space Nine. He appeared in Voyager. He played a Ori cleric in Stargate SG-1. Yeah, I can't remember his name or relevance to which he was, but I just thought he's a well-known actor. But why didn't they just get any stunt double just to do it? Because he wasn't like acting; he was just sort of like waving his hands.
It was kind of a tribute film, wasn't it? It was like it's for an anniversary or something.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
It's funny because it just seems strange because I thought but he's well known. I was just surprised I read it the other day. I thought, oh, that's interesting.
That whole thing. Yeah, that gives you one of my favourite sci-fi jokes. If you ever watched Third Rock from the Sun, where John Lithgow was in it, and they had an episode where the big head that he keeps reporting to, the big head finally visits Earth, and he's played by William Shatner. And when he gets off the plane, John Lithgow goes up to him and he goes, "Oh, there was something on the wing," and John Lithgow goes, "I had that too." I just thought that was a genius.
Yeah, I heard about that. I never saw it, but I did hear about that, which is a great link. So that's brilliant. All right, guys, shall we go into our focus of the week?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Then it should be a good one.
It's the Solar Sci-Fi Focus of the Week.
All right, so now this week we're going to be reviewing a show from the mid-80s. It's a show I've always heard about. I've not watched many episodes until this week, actually, thanks to obviously reviewing this. And that was, of course, Airwolf from 1984, I think it started. It was a show which was it done by the same people who did like Knight Rider? Or was it a whole different bunch of people?
Donald people. Donald.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, but he did Quantum Leap, didn't he? I know from something else.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So obviously it's John Michael Vincent, Alex Cord, Ernest Borgnine, who I always quite liked, and Jean Bruce Scott, who, from what I understand from the episodes I saw, she joined at the beginning of season 2 as a copper. She was a police officer.
Yeah.
But she was in the first season. So, all right, let's just ask you generally, what do you like about this series, and why has it stood out for you after all these years? Let's ask Martin first.
Out of all the 80s stuff, the entertainment, Knight Rider and Blue Thunder, which I'm going to have to be careful how I word this. Blue Thunder compared to Airwolf is shit. I said it, right?
They didn't make as many episodes, did they? I mean, was that TV?
Yeah, they made a film in about 12 episodes.
Yeah, so it was like a one season of a TV movie, that kind of thing.
Blue Thunder was shit. It had the shitty machine gun and surveillance equipment. Anyway, but all right. But Airwolf, were like the pilot episode is a masterpiece because
I thought it was very, very solid when I watched it.
It was released at the cinema.
Yes, I heard that, and it was So because Malcolm was saying that,
ABC, and I watched it, and I just love that helicopter. 14 different types of firepower. Travel at Mach 1 to Mach 2. And I loved the dashboard, and when you went in there,
I like the hum of it when they're getting sort of noise.
And I loved,
the sound effects are quite fun.
The music was just
pure 80s synthesizer music, wasn't it?
Beautiful. And I like the concepts. I like Archangel, the firm, doing dodgy jobs for the government, getting involved in things. And I've got to say, his character's interesting, Stringfellow Hawk.
Yeah, because the episodes I've been watching, he's been trying to find his brother who got separated in Vietnam.
With the CIA. And when they get his brother, he'll give him helicopter back.
Yeah.
But it's like 1 minute he's on a cello, like trying to be at peace with nature. And then he's blowing the shit out of 20 people. I mean, the death toll in this series, I lost count of how many people he did.
It's interesting because the first episode he's like I said, he's got his lovely woodland log cabin thing, and he's got his cello, and then he has his love interest, and eventually she dies of being exposed to like left in the desert or something, and he was really cut up about it. And of course, I've not seen all the episodes. I've been jumping around with the episodes you've been recommending.
That's the beauty.
But it's interesting because. I do find it. I think it's very, very well made. I mean, obviously the helicopter itself is beautiful. It's a lovely, very lovely design of it, and it's just very. I know you just sit down, you plonk it on, and it's really solid. I mean, obviously it deteriorated after I assume that the first 2 seasons were the best.
Yeah,
third season apparently is a bit more kind of like the 18, where he was just going on to help people. I think that's what Malcolm said. But let's get Malcolm's perspective as well. Sorry, Malcolm.
That's right. So, so for me, I mean, helicopters I've loved since I was a kid. When I was very, very young, I used to watch an Australian medical show called Chopper Squad that nobody seems to have heard of, except my mate from Australia. He said it was very popular. But yeah, I used to love that. And then there was Magnum PI.
With this helicopter, yeah.
And then there was an old black and white kind of 60s, 50s, 60s TV series I used to watch called The Whirly Birds, where they had one of those kind of blast wire frame helicopter. It was kind of like Skippy, that sort of thing going on. So I love that. So Blue Thunder, as you say, then came out. Blue Thunder was all right. I enjoyed the film more than the series, to be fair. Yes. But when this came, this just thundered onto the screen. I mean, that's an incredible aircraft. It can't do anything they said. You can't make an aircraft and a helicopter go that fast. It definitely can't go that fucking high and what have you. But at least it was a real helicopter with real stunt pilots flying it, unlike Blue Thunder, which they had a real helicopter, but by the time they put that new canopy, it was a Gazelle, which had a kind of a teardrop sort of. And once we'd taken that off and put the other bits on and the clunk and the big fucking Gatling gun model at the front, and it was unstable, it couldn't fly. So most of Blue Thunder, what you see in the air, are remote controlled helicopters.
Oh, really?
Like close range, yeah.
Oh,
Whereas Airwolf, it was all about.
You could tell it's real. You could tell it's real.
Yeah, yeah. So the lassie in there's a few, there's one or two more, but the main lassie in white that's there from the original briefing of what Airwolf can do at the beginning of the pilot and through most of the series, that's Donald P. Bellisario's wife at the time.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah,
fair enough.
It was also so to do this, Donald Bellisario basically jumped ship from Magnum PI, which Tom Selleck was not fucking impressed about. Apparently, there was an episode of Magnum that was supposed to be a kind of a backdoor pilot for this that never got made, but he jumped ship for that. And one of the things with Magnum was it was the first show that ever showed Vietnam vets as being normal people, upset at what they'd done. Whereas at the time, they were being portrayed as, they were being baby killers and fucking this and strangling their wives because they were just fucking killing it and all that. And Magnum was the first time to show didn't, and it was hailed for that, for showing them that they weren't those kind of people. So that's why in this, obviously, fucking Stringfellow Hawk in this is also a
from the episodes I've seen, he had a pretty tough time out there, and he lost his brother or his brothers.
So they try and tell quite a lot of stories about like the Vietnam vets being back there, and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I loved it. Obviously, fucking, I've seen some of the newer helicopters. So that's a Bell 222B that they used for that show, and I've seen some of Bell's newer ones. And even they don't look as fucking sexy as this aircraft did. I mean, their aircraft they make now are like 15, 16, 17, 20 million fucking dollars for their aircraft. Some I think over 100 million. But they're nowhere near as good as this one. This is just a thing of beauty.
Did you know the story of the helicopter after the series?
Yeah, it was an air ambulance for a while, and then it crashed and killed all the crew.
Yeah. What? He got destroyed?
Yeah.
Wow! So they obviously had one helicopter for the entire show. I think you said that the last season. I think you said they just recycled a lot of air shots, kind of thing.
They recycled it all basically, which is really funny because you'll see it one. This is in season 4, complete new cast, totally recycled footage. The lair that they're in now is some big fucking. It's got a landing pad and computers everywhere, and it's just fucking stupid. And but yeah, you'll see 1 minute it's being chased by like an aeroplane, and then in the next shot it's being chased by a helicopter, and then in the next shot it's a completely different fucking, because they just mix together, just various different bits. They didn't seem to give a shit really.
I was in the video library one night about a couple. I didn't even know they'd done a 4th series. It was in late 80s.
No, I don't think it was shown over here until Bravo showed it in the 90s.
Yeah, and I saw a video move, Airwolf in Russia or something, and I thought, well, what's that? So I rented it. I paid about 50p, and I took it home and thought, what a bag of shit this. And I thought, where's Stringfellow Hawk? Because it's all quite sad.
Well, don't tell me, because he might think I don't know if anything happens to him. But I mean, when was the best point of this show? Obviously, not the last season. Was it just one to 3? Season 2. They're the ones I've recommended. That's the ones I've seen the most of, and I've liked all the episodes I've seen.
You've got to understand that Jan Michael Vincent at the time was the highest person in the world who got paid more than anybody else for a TV show. He got 200.
Well, how come? Where was he from? What has he been in? Why was he so high profile?
Didn't he start in Disney movies, Malcolm? He was like a Disney.
I'm not too sure. The only thing I can definitely remember him being in was he was in an old Burt Reynolds film called Hooper. But other than that,
I remember Hooper. Yeah, Hooper. Yeah. It's interesting.
I didn't know that. I know that he started. You know when Disney made them really bad movies in the 60s, really herby and cheap movies.
Yeah.
Well, he was in a lot of them. He was in loads of them type as a teenager, and then he ended up on Airwolf. I think he were rumoured to be like the next big star. He should have had a glorious career.
He was only really known for this, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, but unfortunately, with being paid that amount of money, can sometimes lead to you being a massive fucking alcoholic and your TV show being cancelled.
Oh, did he have a very?
And apparently, in the fight scenes, he used to get right aggressive, and sometimes you see it. He when they set up the fight scenes, he used to go a bit too far.
Is he still around, or has he passed away now?
No, he broke his neck.
He broke his neck.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then it was a horse riding accident.
So was he paralysed? I assume
he did his back in, and then he lost his leg.
Oh God!
And he were penniless. He lived in. There's an interview. His last ever interview is on YouTube. It's quite sad. He lived in a shack.
Oh wow!
Right, and he were penniless.
I mean, from what I've seen of his episodes, he's obviously quite a good actor, and he's go on.
I think he were up for Snake Plissken at some point as well before Kurt. He were in the interim.
Yeah,
he should have. I always believed he should have been a big star, Jan Michael Vincent. Because I'm such a fan.
Without spoilers, why? Well, maybe it's spoilers if I find out, but they recast everybody in season 4. I assume to
Yeah.
save money on the actors side, I suppose. Is that
Well,
what it
yeah,
is?
because, like,
Yeah, pretty much.
Alex Cord were a big television actor in the 70s, and he was really big on telly. Him that played Archangel.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
around a lot of stuff.
Right.
And obviously, Oscar winner Ernest Borgnine, who was superb as Santini.
Mm.
But I thought they all had chemistry. I thought they worked well. And I did like Jean Bruce Scott as well.
It's funny because I've been paralleling this a bit with Knight Rider, and the one thing which I think Malcolm showed me the episode was that in Knight Rider you had the obviously the car, but then you had the baddie car. You had it was called Car, wasn't it? And it was kind of like it looked like this one that had that HX1 looking like a. Is that the closest thing to like?
No,
the
no.
anti-Airwolf.
Season three, they firm build another Airwolf.
Oh, do you know what? I knew they were going to do that, and
That's about episode
that,
2 or 3 of season 3.
Because I thought myself, this is the one that Malcolm showed. I thought this is their version of Tar from Knight Rider.
There's an episode. It's called Red Wolf, and it's Wings Hauser, that 80s action star. He's like this.
So that's a very Knight Rider.
Funnily enough, the episode's called Airwolf 2. At no point in the episode is it ever referred to as Red Wolf. That's just what people called it.
Oh, right.
I used to think it was called Red Wolf, but I looked it up. Apparently, it's not.
Oh, really? Fair enough. I didn't know.
So this is season. This is season 3. Is that? Let's have a look so I can find.
Airwolf
2. Yeah, Airwolf 2.
David Carradine turns up. You remember David Carradine? He's flying one or a simulator or something. He's blinking out flying. You know.
I just knew there'd be one with another Airwolf. I just had a feeling they was going to do that. I don't know why. So
and he takes on a couple of futuristic jet fighters as well.
Yeah. And so in addition to the cast being great, the stunt pilots were fucking phenomenal in it. I mean, all helicopter pilots are taught to hover lower to the ground, but that is the most unstable a helicopter can be. It is literally in fucking one wrong move and the thing can tip over.
Yeah, you see the scenes, but it's literally about a meter away from the ground. Yeah.
There's one episode where he's quite low to the ground, but his landing gear is not down, and String runs up, or the stuntman runs up, opens the door, and climbs in. So for the pilot to hold that in its unstable position while it's doing it, while another guy literally pulls on it sideways, was phenomenal things. Yeah. I've spoken to quite a few helicopter pilots who said they don't know how anyone would have even fucking agreed to attempt that. Because it's so dangerous. There's no other point where a helicopter is in a worse position to pull it sideways.
For the weight differential and that's interesting.
The scene highlights was when I know he was in it. I love Lance Legault. I'd love. He's a great. He played Colonel Decker in the Air scene.
Yep. And does the opening draw for the short time, the A5-7W.
Yeah. Well, I remember when he's hunting him when he first turns. It was that agent, and they're trying to hunt him down with Airwolf. I love the scene with 4 helicopters, and he's on the runway with Airwolf, and he goes, "You can't move, Hawk. We've got you." And he just does the turbos on the runway, just shoots past him. Love that scene. For me, I just love this helicopter.
Yeah. But the thing with that episode is that always gets me is, they've got this weird new satellite camera so that you can't. Why not just cover the fucking thing up? Just put one of those camouflage things over it and just let it go along and take its fucking. You didn't need to hide it under the wing of an aircraft or anything. It's quite amusing.
I'm going to say I do have one issue with Airwolf.
What's that?
And it took me years to figure it out. I'm not going to. I love Airwolf. I've got the box set. Absolutely. Sometimes when they get into a situation, and I don't know, they're in California or somewhere. And like he escapes from being like locked up. How does he get all the way across the Valley at Gods, which is like 800 miles away in 1 hour, and then suddenly flies back? I get it. He gets there very quick in helicopter, but when he escapes, he's like, "I'll be back in a week because I've got to drive across America to get the helicopter." I always had an issue with that. I'm sorry. Here's
one of the worst things I found out recently as well. Is you cannot take a helicopter straight up and straight down. It doesn't, or you can do it very, very slowly. But his they do mention in an episode that him and Dom are the only two that can fly it out of the lair and all that. But you can't fly a helicopter like that. It has to come in at an angle. Otherwise, you go through your own fucking wash and what have you. It just can't be done.
Okay.
I think they did the stunt. Didn't they actually make it go in a
upside down in a loop?
Yeah, like
no, that's Blue Thunder does that.
A plane can't go up. A helicopter can't go upside down, though, can it? Is that right? A helicopter can't literally go upside down.
No.
Is that right?
Although the Black Hawk helicopter has at air shows rolled sideways, which most people are like, "Fucking hell!" Yeah, it will roll sideways. Wow. Quite good. There is a little some kind of 600-pound Airwolf remote control helicopter. I will send you a link to the YouTube video, and it's very good. If I could afford the 800 quid, I would absolutely buy one. But you take it up 30 foot in the air and flick a button, and that will turn upside down, and it does fly upside down.
Oh wow!
I don't know how. I don't know how the fuck they do it, but it does it.
So they obviously had a lot of helicopters in this series, because I've seen like Vietnam helicopters, I've seen standard sort of, like what they called, like the ones like use like the one in Magnum, that sort of shaped one. So they had a lot of vehicles they must have used to make this production. So that was pretty interesting. And they had just one Airwolf, didn't they? They didn't have like a Knight Rider. They had about 10 of those.
No, so you've got the canopy where they were all filmed.
Right.
But only one actual flying aircraft.
And
they did use model, but it was.
So were there model shots as well then? Were there model shots as well then, or was it all?
No, I don't think there's anything that was model shots. They had to. It was really funny. They had to get special licenses because it looked like it had armaments on it. So they had to get special licenses to fly there and all this, and prove that those weapons didn't actually fucking work, and stuff like that.
That's okay. That's interesting.
But the idea of the color scheme, according to Donald P. Bellisario, is supposed to look like a civilian aircraft, and basically be so it is a wolf in sheep's clothing, which is where the Airwolf title comes from.
Where it came from. That's interesting. I mean, like I said, and I assume this series is pretty successful from what we understand. I mean, it was obviously on the UK.
About 3 years it was massive.
It was on ITV, wasn't it?
Season 3.
Was it on Saturday nights on ITV or something? I know it was on
ITV Friday night.
Oh, Friday nights, yeah.
With a big, massive. And so he was on set, and it would all do a lot of issues with him.
Yeah, what killed it mostly was Jan Michael Vincent being a raging alcoholic. He had fucking massive issues.
Really? Yeah. That's a shame, especially as this is a show that could have got, because like Knight Rider went on for.
I mean, the budgets for this must back in the day they were paying him 250 grand an episode, and then you've got Ernest Borgnine. That were a high quality, high end show. They put them money in on that.
Yeah, so I mean, just your pilot and just your insurance for the pilots. I have to look it up. I'm fairly certain one of the stunt pilots was killed in an episode.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
I know definitely there was in Magnum. Definitely one of the helicopter pilots was killed filming Magnum. But I'm sure, I'll look it up, but I'm sure in Airwolf one of the pilots was killed as well. So that's going to bump your premiums up a wee bit.
And do you ever think it's a series that could be remade? I mean, a lot of these shows are remade or have some sort of sequel.
I think this could be, yeah. I do.
I'd like it to be remade, but it's just, how stupid are they going to make the helicopter if they remake it? I mean, almost everything it could do in that, it couldn't go that fast, it couldn't go that high. Where did it keep all the missiles it kept using?
When they had that computer and where Dom sits and with all the computers and the scanners, it were loading up CD discs into it at the time. This is 1984. We used loading in programs on the CD disc. They were just making it up, but there is where he's putting a CD in with a program or something, loading it in. So it was in a lot of ways it was way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
And the computer graphics I thought were quite impressive when they were scanning stuff and all that. I thought that were quite impressive.
And I think it had a great theme tune as well. I think the theme tune was really good.
Yeah. The theme tune, every bit of character of it. But the layout of the interior was a bit weird because it's like sometimes there's 3 people sitting in the front, and it's like, well, where's the third one sitting?
Yeah.
Obviously, his collective and everything was there.
And at the back, they've got that secret room thing because where she hides in it, they press a button, this door opens, she goes in it.
Isn't normally Ernest Borgnine's character in the back?
Yeah.
He sits in the back, doesn't he? And then he's normally in the front.
In the pilot episode, it's meant to have three because there's three people. Because I love Moffat, the insane villain. He's just totally pure evil.
Yeah.
The scientist guy that built it, he was totally batshit crazy.
But the one I saw, the episode that I saw was the TX one, or it was with this other Airwolf looking vehicle. It wasn't, but it looked similar. It got just taken out so easily in one shot. It was like literally the character. I don't know all their names. The characters knew that the other character in the other helicopter knew where his brother might be. That his brother might still be alive, and he said, "I can't kill him. I can't shoot him." And he just fires one shot, and this real powerful opponent helicopter just goes bang, and it's just gone like that. Okay, I just thought it was a bit sudden. I thought there'd be more of a, you know what I mean?
To be fair, Airwolf only ever gets hit with machine gun fire. He evades any missiles, so one could assume if a missile hits him, he'd get blown up. He's just supposed to be a better pilot.
Yeah. So, I think this is obviously a very good show. I'm going to watch
the episode with the sheriff.
Where
she comes into it.
I don't know. I saw one with a dodgy sheriff. There's one where
that's Sweet Bridges. That's season 2, episode 1. Sweet
I saw
Bridges.
that. I like that one. Yeah, I saw that one. And there's
I love that sheriff.
He's been in lots of things. I think he's been in the A-Team, wasn't he? That actor. But
That's
I've seen Yeah. I liked him.
He played the Klingon in the first season of Next Generation.
Oh, Heart of Glory.
Where they're on the run from their own people.
Yeah, is it Heart of Glory? I think it's called
Yeah,
Heart of Glory. Yeah, he's the one on the bridge. And I wouldn't have, he
played the Norman in Battlestar Galactica, the Free Norman with the flying crystals. You know, when Boltar escapes from the prison
it wasn't season 1, the Klingon. He was the one with Kalar in season 2, where there was these sleepy Klingons, and they don't know that the war's finished. And in the end, there's a scene where Worf is pretending it was season 2, not season 1. Sorry, I just saw it.
He was the leader of the Klingon looking ones on Battlestar Galactica, the Code. With the crystals.
He's one of those good 80s actors you see in all these shows, and he's always plays the bad guy.
Mostly because of his voice. Very
distinctive.
He's been timed out on that voice for a long time.
Yeah. He's got a massive fan base right across the world. People just
Did he come back after? I can't remember if he died in the sheriff in the episode that you showed me. Did he die at the end? I can't remember.
Yeah, he blows the fucking sheriff's office up.
Oh yeah. I was going to say.
Yeah, that gets machine gunned into next week.
And without too many spoilers, are there quite a few recurring characters that you see during the season that come back?
There's what they call that villain, Richard Lynch, Daryl Van. Is it Daryl? I forgot his name. Malcolm, the one that brainwashes String. I love him. He comes back in 2 episodes, doesn't he?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure he plays the same character.
No, it's a different actor.
Okay.
Point when it was the same character, 2 different actors.
Yeah, okay. So I suppose the next question is, would you have this in your collection, which is a silly question.
Yes.
All right. And how would you rate this out of 10?
Out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 10. I have to. There's very little
from what I've seen, I'm going to give it 8.5 because I have not seen more. But it's a high score for me because I liked it. I thought it was really good. And I think that once you watch the first, either the 2-part or the adapted movie,
the beauty is, if you just watch the pilot episode first, it is all connected, but you can jump in.
It's relatively standalone, isn't it? I mean, obviously, I saw the episode where they got this new character, the police officer, female police officer, and she's all right. But you could just sort of just go into it and just enjoy it by the sounds of it, which is pretty good.
Definitely.
Brilliant. So anything else to say about that, or what would you say to anybody new as to why this? I mean, obviously the first episode is the one that's worth checking out.
I'd like to apologise for calling Blue Thunder shit.
Yeah,
I couldn't have done that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I love the film. I was in and out of the series, but I think Airwolf does like.
Was the TV series all the same actors that are in the movie, or was it like a separate thing?
No.
Let's say like Stargate the movie.
No, it's different. Different.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. The pilot in the Blue Thunder movie is Roy Schneider. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy who plays Wonder Love or whatever it is, his co-pilot. He's reasonably famous as well. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, but the film is absolutely superb. But the
the film's really good.
Rubbish.
Okay.
Yeah. Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah. Oh, Malcolm McDowell. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They were villain, weren't they?
What, in Blue Thunder in the movie? Oh,
yeah. Spoiler alert.
Well, thank you very much, guys. It's been an interesting one. I'm glad I've checked it out. It's certainly one which I'm surprised hasn't been remade, because a lot of these sort of shows in that era have had some either reboot or continuation or something.
There is rumours that Universal wants to create a universe, and I think they are going to be starting it. They want to bring Knight Rider, A-Team, Airwolf, and there's another one. They want to bring these series
like
together,
Magnum or something, or Charlie's Angels or something.
No, there's another one. There's Street Hawk.
Street Hawk.
And they want to cross them all over into like a universe. That's been the plan.
Would you two like to see that, or is it a gimmick, or what? It is a gimmick, but what do you think?
Yes. I think we could do without Street Hawk, to be honest. What always used to amuse the hell out of me with that show is they machine gun him when they hit the bike, and it's like, what, you cannot hit the bloke? He's not bulletproof. They take his legs out. It's on the bike in seconds. But they all seem to aim for the bike. It's very
weird. It never hit the tire. It's like a tire will burst or something.
You've now destroyed Street Hawk for I never once thought. Never once till now.
Don't hit just
a very
hit the bike.
Early George Clooney in like episode 2 or 3, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never saw Street Hawk. I knew of it. It was all.
It went on. I think the pilot episodes. I mean, I've got it on DVD, but I don't really jump into it.
Did you enjoy stuff like Automan and Manimal?
Yeah, I did. I loved all that shit.
So Street Hawk is arguably closer to those two in
Automan
makeup
was
than it is Knight Rider or Airwolf, I would say.
we reviewed Manimal, but we never reviewed Automan, did we, Martin?
No,
we never did Automan.
Automan, if you
Cursor?
They only made about 6 episodes or something, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not many.
It was very, very short.
I'm trying to think, who's the wee lassie in Automan?
I can't remember.
Automan. It was. Was Heather McMahon. No, so it's not that I'm thinking of. One of those weird series ended up being Melody Anderson, which was kind of all she did after being in Flash Gordon. But I can't remember what one. I can't remember what series it was she was in. So it's kind of a sidekick thing.
She's the counselor now.
Yeah,
she's the counselor. She packs it all in.
Yeah, that must have been a horrible thing. That must have been a horrible thing when she was like, finally, I've got the female lead in a role. Everybody's going to love me. My modeling career is going to fucking take off. And then she went on set and Ornella Beauty's there, in that princess outfit. Oh, fuck. Animal. She was she was the woman in Animal.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but it was Ornella Muti for me.
Yep, 100%. 100%. That bit where she kind of straddled him in the shuttle and all that was just, that was fantastic.
I'll tell you one thing: the 80s was a good decade, and it made a lot of interesting stuff. I still remember it, obviously growing up, but I was a bit too. I wish it was a bit more like that now, and it's kind of like all the shit.
I think the thing with it were like 80s science fiction and that they took a risk with stuff.
Yeah, they're too terrified of doing it now.
They went out there, and if it failed, it failed. But they took a risk.
I agree entirely. But
it's also the budgets now.
and also like. Again, these shows now, you get a season, then you have to wait like 2 years for the next season, and it's just like, they're like mini movies each episode, and it doesn't need to be like that. I'd rather have a cheaper production, which is it's still enjoyable, and you have to wait like 9 months until the season comes back, or a year at the most, not 2 years or 2.5 3 years.
This month we've got 3 Body Problems starting, and then next month the boys. back. Yeah.
Yeah, which I still need to see. And then
I've got to run in a second. I'll be back.
Yeah, well, actually, we're going to say, all right, yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, we're going to just wrap up in a second anyway because we've only got 3 minutes left. So, all right, Martin. Well, thank you for that. So, you're going to now watch Starfleet Academy in the next 2 weeks, which you can look forward to.
I will be fully up to date. Are we getting Todd on as well for that?
Yeah, I'm going to try to. Yeah, I'm going to email him at the weekend, give him plenty of notice. And well, what we might need to do is we might need to do a different recording because obviously he's in America.
No,
so
that's fine.
Just
give me a few days.
Yeah. I'll give you plenty of notice and we'll work something out, which should be fine. But from what I understand,
yes, I will watch the Academy. Yes, I will.
Yeah, but I mean, we've only got 4 minutes left, so I'll just quickly say before Malcolm goes. But I mean, we are now in the first time in 10 years that there is no Star Trek productions currently on at all. Everything is stopped.
No.
So whether that's indicative of a big change, and whether Star Trek may well rest, like Doctor Who's might rest, and even Star Wars is slowing down with TV shows. Ahsoka's been made. There's no other TV productions in post-production or pre-production, or even speculated. So it makes you sort of
back and made a mess of it, didn't they?
Yeah, all the big ones. I think the next big hope for us is Stargate and whether they can actually pull it off.
Yeah, it's something. That and Blake 7.
Yeah, okay. I forgot about the Blake 7, but that's going to be a reboot, though, isn't it? That's not going to be a continuation. Yeah. And it might. I don't know if BBC does it. I'm not very confident with the BBC, and
No.
All right.
I'm just moving into other things now,
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. Because I think these older shows, these older genres, I think that they've run their course. We need to get new series like Fallout. Fallout's great.
I love it.
And there's a few that. So, and Pluribus is great, and Foundation. So I think we've got to focus on the new and just stop fucking up the past old franchises and damaging it. You know what I mean? It's damaging long-term franchises because they just don't know what to do, and it disappoints me. Now Malcolm's popped back just to say goodbye, Malcolm. We're going to make a move now, mate.
Yeah. So when you're at work, sometimes people think I'm actually here to do stuff. Very annoying.
That's that problem with work, isn't it? All right, guys. So we're going to be back in 2 weeks with Starfleet Academy. Hopefully, we'll get Todd back, who's great in the past, and I want to get his perspective. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. I will leave you with a very funny synthesizer thing, which mixes Airwolf with Doctor Who, and I even added some AI imagery as well. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys.
I was literally going to send you probably from the same guy where he does Airwolf and Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Oh, okay. Well, this one is Star Trek and Doctor Who, and then but I'll check that as well. That'd be great. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time on the Solo One Sci-Fi Podcast.
All right, guys. Stay soon.